But there are people that it's their job to stand in some fixed area of a general space of, say, 3 feet. And then their job, as they stand in that fixed area of about 3 feet, a radius of about 3 feet, that they have to take a piece of paper and tear it in half. And then they have to take one half of that paper and put it in a box. And then they have to give you the other half of that paper. And then it's their job to tell you where to go and what doorway to walk through or what number to stop at and to go through the doorway that you need to go through. And then it's your job to take that piece of paper and not lose it, and then go and follow the directions of the person that took the piece of paper from you. The first one ripped it in half and then threw half in a box next to himself or herself. And then it's your job then to do what that person says, and then go to another room. And then it's another room, and then there are seats in that room. Then it's your job to find a seat and then sit down and look forward for a certain amount of time. And then while this certain amount of time takes place, your job is to not communicate with anyone in too loud of a fashion, so as not to disturb the looking forward and the listening of the other people in the room. So then your job, once you're in this room and during this appointed set time, your job is to just look forward and not communicate with anyone too loudly, and to shut off your cell phone and to not text and to not have receiving incoming calls with sound. If you could please turn your phones to vibrate, or the best way is off. And then also when you leave, don't forget that you need to put your trash in a trash receptacle, in a garbage can. Please don't leave it under your seat. And then, of course, after the set time is over, then it's your job to get up out of your seat and be removed from that space by another appointed time. And then at which time your ability to have access to that room has expired. And then if you want to go back in that room again, you got to go through the same process and meet the person at the door that's taking the ticket, tearing it in half, and giving you the other half. And that's what we call going to the movies. But you can't say all that because you don't have enough time in the day to stop and say all of that. So if somebody asks you, well, what are you doing? You just say, well, I don't know, I'm just going to the movies. But it all boils down to everybody's got a job to do. And your job to make things easier on people that don't have time is, instead of saying, hey, this is what I do, and then you say what you do, you simply say, oh, I'm going to the movies, or I work at the movies. Because we all know what that means. If you work at the movies or if you're going to the movies.